So, the kobold kneels before you. They took Sir Dragon!
Who took Sir Dragon?
Those filthy goblins!
Did they just not take a bath for a while?
They're nasty creatures. They live deeper in here, but this is our home. Our citadel.
And she's just gonna look back to her friends a little bit.
With whom do you share the citadel?
We don't share. The goblins takes and they takes.
Well, I mean, sharing is very nice. Have you considered sharing your home with the goblins? And maybe there wouldn't be so much conflict and they wouldn't take your dragon.
No, they're mean. They hurts us. They takes our things.
Oh, well, that's different. That doesn't sound very nice.
Say,
Maybe.
why you comes here?
We came here because our friend Zin, that's Zin, and she's gonna point over to Zin. He hired us actually to find a tree and to stop a bad man who is similar to the goblins for some reason because they were giving bad apples to good people, but the tree is underground somewhere and we're trying to find it. Yeah.
Bad apples. Say. Eustrail, no. Eustrail, no. You speak to Eustrail.
I'm what?
I think that's a person.
She our leader.
Oh.
Leader of your people?
Yes, yes.
Well, where is she?
I can takes you, but will you help us get Calcrix back?
Well, of course. If he's your dragon and, he was taken, we have to give him back to you.
Phoebe, let's not make too many promises here. We're still kind of dealing with this guy who's not our friend.
But, I mean, it's on the way, and we're already here.
You just can't promise him. I mean, we can maybe help, but we can't make promises because we don't even know what it entails to get the dragon he's looking for back. It could be a much bigger mission than we would even want to take on. So all I'm saying is let's just take that in consideration here.
She
Okay.
needs
That's
us.
correct.
Well, maybe if we help him, maybe their leader can help us. It's like a trade.
Yes, yes. Eustrail knows lots.
Like this tree.
Yes, yes. Big tree. Deep. Bad place. Eustrail knows.
Maybe by helping them, they will help us, Kane, leading us to the tree that we need to find.
I'm not closed-minded to it, but I just want to take caution that taking on too many favors it doesn't aid us anyway, because I know we'll find that tree one way or another. And I'm just going to kind of put my hand on, like, probably one of my bigger weapons and just rock back and forth on toe to heel, looking at the kobold. What I'm saying is we don't need you, Squirt. We'd figure it out. So if you want me to spell it out for you, I can. But if my friend here wants to help you, then she's my friend and I want to help her. However, I'm not promising you anything, and neither is she. Got it?
Kane, you said we're friends.
Okay. As long as we're all clear here and nobody's promising anybody. We still got to get this guy off our back. And I'm clearly pointing at Zin, not caring about feelings at all.
Zin is, if you glance at him, he's staring at this kobold, and he kind of has a twinge of disgust on his face.
Do we notice this?
Yeah, if you look at him, you can see it.
What's wrong, Zin? Do you hold some contempt for these races?
Oh, I just find kobolds to be as vile as goblins. They worship evil dragons, you know.
No, I don't know, but I know that what you said was very rude, and I think you should apologize.
I agree with Phoebe.
I apologize, kobold.
That's right.
He has a name.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sorry, what was your name? Meepo! I'm sorry, Meepo.
That's
For
much
what?
better.
You take cow quicks? No, no, not me. Comes. And he stands up from his haunches and makes his way to the the western door leading deeper
Phoebe
into the
immediately
citadel.
follows.
I'm going to kind of mentally project these words and like, wait up. This could be a trap. And it's being projected to everybody. But definitely, as soon as I see Phoebe walking, I'm just gonna like mentally have this conversation with them. I'm not familiar with these races, these kobolds, but if what Zin is getting at has some merit, they could be untrustworthy at least.
I just start picking my teeth carelessly. I'm going to chime in because I can't telepathically communicate. Yep, he's absolutely correct. These gremlins worship evil dragons, and yeah, they're not pleasant. They're right down there with goblins and gremlins and monsters that are easy to step on. However, my motto is if it's not hurting me, I won't hurt it. But I have no problem slicing it in half. And I'm just going to make a big grin like
So, how would you like to play this out?
I'm gonna look to Tammin and Phoebe, who are probably just still following. Well, I'll make sure they stay alive, and they are right, Ko. And like I told you before, sometime following stupid leads can bring you to leads nonetheless of a story that you're looking into. So there's always something to learn in every corner.
So, Phoebe, following Meepo into the next room, you find a couple of hallways that lead off in opposite directions. He is quite happy to lead you. He has a bit of a pep in his step. It seems as though the solution to his problem has been found. And the walls and floor of the halls are much like the ones prior. They're old, they're slightly crumbled and in disrepair, though they're not as dusty as the ones to the south had been, for these clearly have been traveled much more often, and surely by these kobolds. He takes a right turn and leads you north. And the rest of your party, do you follow Phoebe and this kobold?
I follow right behind Phoebe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, as we begin to fall, I'm gonna drag Zin along because he has the other torch.
Okay. This, as you follow behind, these hallways are lit with torches. Fortunately, there is proper ventilation by way of several cracks that have formed in the ceiling and the walls that lead up to the surface.
I'm gonna actually, these torches that are just like hanging, are they removable?
Yeah.
I'm going to telekinetically lift one and kind of just like drag it along with us.
Okay. So carrying a telepathic torch.
And I'll leave Zen. Like the moment I get this torch, I just like let go of him and just like leave him behind, kind of like he was garbage.
Yeah,
He's
Zin
like,
kind
"Yeah,
of,
I don't need you anymore."
you know, readjusts his his clothing and continues on behind you. You enter into a long hall that Meepo leads you towards. There are 2 rows of carved columns that extend up to the ceiling. Although worn, on these pillars, there's the carvings of intertwined dragons as they wrap up towards the ceiling. Down on the other end, as you continue walking forward, there is a kobold wearing what appears to be a robe, more likely some scrap cloth sewn together roughly and is being worn in a robe style. On either side of this kobold are guards. They have a shield, a wooden shield, and a spear in their hands, and they stand at attention. The throne that this kobold sits upon is cobbled out of various bits of masonry, debris, and crumbled stone, and it leans against an altar. Above the altar is a carved dragon's head, its stone eyes watching over the hall that you just walked from, and a metal key fixed in its mouth. The kobold looks at all of you, and Meepo drops to a bow and looks back up.
You Strail?
Is that the voice?
You Strail. These people say they will help us find Calcrix.
The kobold in the chair nods its head.
Yes, Meepo, we have been quite disappointed in you for your mistakes in losing our dragon. But if these ones would help you, good. You can correct your mistakes.
She narrows her eyes and looks at the rest of you.
And what brings all of you here? Other than helping us find our dragon?
Kane, did you want me to explain it again?
Well, it's either you explain it or I explain it, but I feel like it's gonna sound very different if I say something.
Okay, so we're down here. These are my friends. That's Temin, that's Kane, that's Cole.
I'm gonna put my hand on her face and step in front of her. What brings any real adventuring party around here? The myths, the legends, the fake-ass bullshit that this guy's chasing after, right?
What myths and legends do you seek here?
I'm gonna roll my eyes and give Phoebe the lead back. Go ahead, Phoebe, you got it from here.
Oh, okay. What our friend Zin told us about was that there is a tree somewhere deep underground, and that there is a bad man looking for the tree because the apples do some really weird stuff, and then there were goblins that were taking the apples or whatever, and they were giving them to innocent people, and they were doing weird things to them. So essentially, we're here to make sure the bad man doesn't get to the tree to give the bad apples to people.
Yes, I know of this one. He's below in the Twilight Grove. He gives the apples to the goblins.
And then she spits.
Phoebe's gonna spit.
Mm. He. Those nasty goblins. He keeps them here.
Against their will?
No, he gives them. He gives them things from the grove below.
Oh. Hmm.
And
Do you
then
know
they
why?
fights us. And this is our place. But they fights us.
How did they get here?
They were here before us.
So then how is this your place?
Because this is an ancient place of dragons. And
They got here through murder, T3 Crage.
text-to-speech is still on.
Was it doing a good job at least with that voice?
Yeah, you
Oh,
know.
Just that's all I needed to know. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yes, they were here before us, but this place is ours. This citadel was a place for worship for the dragons.
So did they invite you here? Or did you walk in and didn't ask for permission to be here?
It belongs to
Phoebe,
us.
regardless who was here first, the goblins are causing trouble, and they're the ones that are causing those apples to leave and have other villagers have those stupid twig blights and these stupid stories in their heads that there's fucking myths that are people living forever. Listen, at the end of the day, that Belnick guy who's doing bad things is helping the goblins. These guys just want to lounge around and kiss ass to a big dragon they don't even see, all right? So you said you wanted to help them, didn't you, Phoebe?
I mean, I do, yeah, but maybe they could talk it out, and maybe they could realize, like, with the goblins, be like, oh my gosh, this guy is bad, and then they can work together, and they can live here together, and everyone will just get along.
Co, I can't. Co. Do you want to tell her? Can you tell?
So, remember what I told you when we spoke to the lady in the shop?
I'm walking. I'm gonna let them do this.
Sometimes people are just bad, and there is no reasoning with them. So more than anything, you must dominate them by show of force.
I agree. By way of conquest, if needed.
But what if you
Exactly. Just
Yes!
slap on the back,
Yes! Yes! Destroy the goblins!
Whoa. We're here for something very, very specific. Now, I need to get to the tree. And if you can help me get to that tree, then yes, goblins or whatever will be eliminated.
Not necessarily
Calcrix!
eliminated, just conquered.
You bring dragon. I give you key.
What's the key for?
It will bring you to the grove.
How?
Bring me dragon. I give you key.
Seems like a pretty good deal to me.
That key could be to anything. And this kobold wants us to fight a dragon. Or get a dragon.
Co, there's a really good way of figuring out if they're lying or not.
You're right. And as I say that, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on the kobold sitting at the throne.
Oh boy. Okay. Let me pull that up. Detect thoughts. For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures when you cast the spell. Wisdom save 14. All right. Ooh, look how prepared I was, guys. I have my dice right here, ready to go.
Nice.
It did not work.
She doesn't know you cast that, so she's still looking at you.
Yeah, you're gonna like, he's gonna kind of like look down at her. She's like, okay, let's try it your way.
Okay, so Phoebe's gonna like look at what was the queen's name again?
Ustro.
Eustril.
Eustrail. All right. Miss Eustrail, I have a question. Do you promise that key leads to the grove?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think she's telling the truth.
I'm gonna look down at you, just like, what?
Well, she promised. People can't lie when they promise things.
You have much to learn about lies and truths.
We don't lie.
I did not say you did. And I'm gonna kind of like take a step forward, holding my torch a little bit higher so that I could get a better look at this queen. What's her body language like?
When you entered, she was just sitting like this, quite relaxed. And during the conversation, she kind of leaned forward, and now she's sitting like this, one hand on one of the makeshift armrests, and the other one kind of resting in her lap, and she's leaning forward. Seems she may be getting a little irate.
Can I roll an insight check?
Sure. What are you trying to... Yeah.
I'm trying to discern if she is being as truthful as Phoebe thinks she is.
Okay.
You mean as Phoebe has proven?
Straight facts.
Are you lying? No. I mean, come on.
You
Must
son of a
be the
bitch, I'm
truth
in.
Oh my god. I think I got an 11. Holy shit.
I mean, she seems to be telling the truth. You're not an expert at kobold body language. In fact, this is your second time seeing one.
Well, it would appear I don't have any reason to be too concerned yet. Well, Timon, is Phoebe's are Phoebe's instincts usually a good way to go about doing things?
I would say yes.
I'm gonna kind of look back at Kane. It's like, well, here we go.
Nodding. Like, yep, this is usually what happens when you travel with a party.
Yep. Like, here we go again. Now we're fucking dealing with a dragon, potentially.
Meepo, go ahead.
I was just gonna, like, clear my throat and stand up, and because I imagine him squatting down just out of, like, just let's see how this plays out. All right, let's say we help you. No promises, of course. We get that key and go to the grove. Now, why are we helping you twice? Because not only are you asking us to bring you a dragon that you... I'm gonna look at Meepo. that you lost.
Stills!
Now, there's a goblin problem that you also want us to eradicate or take care of, right?
She stands up now, and she walks towards you, and Meepo kind of bows even deeper, his head touching the stone ground, and the two guard kobolds walking up as well. even crouching, Kane, she's eye level with you. That's how tall she is.
Okay.
And she holds her hands together, and you see on one of her scaly fingers is just this massive, gaudy signet ring. And she looks at you with her amber eyes.
We wants the dragon. You wants the key. If you kills the goblins, maybe I reward you too. Key, dragon. You
Correction.
understand?
Correction. We don't want the key. We want the tree.
You get to tree with key.
Gosh, guys, I thought that was pretty simple the first time she said it.
We just need to be clear during these negotiations. Things don't have a way of working out the best when it comes to me and Kane. You'll see.
So, now that that's cleared up, because I needed to be sure. I'm not a pest control. I might travel with pests. I'm going to point to Zin again. I'm not pest control. You have to understand. Putting my fingers together, mirroring her body language. I'll come back and collect a reward, of course, because it's what we're owed when we do such a good job at everything that we are tasked. However, finding your dragon that you yourselves cannot find, Meepo's gonna come with us.
Yes, takes him.
And how do you exactly, is he gonna be able to enlighten us how we're gonna get you a dragon? Because I don't think I can cart it around as big as I am, not under these arms.
Meepo is dragon expert.
All right, we'll talk with Meepo, and we'll see.
Meepo nods his head.
I'm gonna stand up the rest of the way. We'll be back. For the key, of course. And then for the reward later. And I'm gonna drop my guard and just kind of turn my back to her.
Yes, with
the
dragon.
Jigs.
Yes.
By the way, you're very pretty. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
Looking up at the key,
Yeah.
is it kind of just like resting, or is it kind of lodged in or stuck in?
Yeah, so the dragon mouth is closed around the key.
Ah,
In fact, looking at it, you're not sure how she's even going to get the key out.
good to know.
Remember, Kane, we just need to find the dragon. We don't necessarily need to fight and kill all the goblins.
No, but goblins are small, and if they're causing a problem, sometimes it's just nice to take care of a problem, so I'm not back here in a week on another stupid, meaningless task for some idiot in town.
Well, that is the case. Having the kobolds and the goblins go at each other to keep some form of mediation can be a way of resolving as well.
You know, Temin, I like that way of thinking. But that Belnick guy, he sounds like he's gonna need some taken care of so that the goblins might stop hustling outside into the villages of the people that might get themselves killed playing with this stupid shit, magic or not.
Of course, you will be made an example of for all the goblins.
Maybe that'll be enough.
All right. So, if we switch on over to the map, the area that you are in right now is this long strip with all the dots. That is the Hall of Dragons with the pillars, with the carvings. On the west side is where the throne is. There are a few doors here, if you would like to enter them. Otherwise, Meepo gestures for you to follow him back from where you came.
I'm gonna go actually pretty close to Meepo. Like, suspiciously, like, bye, Meepo.
Okay. Meepo looks up at you.
We get dragon now?
We're out of any eyesight of any other kobolds, right?
Yeah, you're down in like the lower right portion of the area.
All right, I'm gonna grab Meepo and pick him up. All right, listen here. You know fucking damn well we're not gonna kill a dragon. What the hell is that back there? What are we doing?
What? No, you don't kill Cowclicks. She's our dragon. You rescue her from goblins.
I'm gonna drop him. The goblins have your dragon?
They steals her.
Yeah, Kane, what if she's like a baby?
Well, these were all things that weren't giving us any clarity on in there. Where was it?
She.
I wasn't supposed to know. All I know is we're bringing a dragon over here, and that's a joke in my head. Dragons are huge, and you don't just go around killing dragons.
No, we weren't supposed to kill the dragon. The dragon's probably gonna see Meepo and be like, oh my gosh, it's Meepo. And then like gonna come back with us willingly.
Yes, she loved Meepo.
Yeah.
What will you do with the dragon once you have it?
We takes care of her. We worship her. She's our clan dragon.
How big is this dragon?
She's big, girl, but she's only wormling.
Is she bigger than Kane?
Yes. Well, maybe if Kane lie down, I see better.
I'm not laying down. Absolutely not.
Kane, just do it.
Make him guess.
No. Same size. Not with tail.
I'm gonna look at Ko. See, he was fine.
He looks at your tail.
Okay, same size.
We just needed the accuracy, so I just wanted to make sure.
There we go.
So, you want us to bring back a dragon that was taken? If the goblins had enough of them to take your dragon, then are we enough to get your dragon back?
We find out.
I'm gonna look at Ko and laugh at him.
Kind of like look back to it, just like, well, it's the
How
good
do
thing that you're the leader on this one, so
Oh, you son of
the
a
way,
bitch. I'm gonna stop
dragon.
laughing and just kind of like, give a snarl at him.
And besides, aren't you of dragon nature? This is definitely your area of expertise, right? Yes, that's how that works.
I don't worship anything or any other dragon. These guys are followers. And like I said before, it's usually the evil ones. But it's none of my business. As long as they don't touch my tail, I don't touch theirs.
Uh-huh.
I won't touch your tail.
We're just gonna give him a side eye.
Unless you ask me.
Oh.
You have nice scales. Blue.
Yes.
We kobolds don't see blue.
All right, well, now you're just flattering me. So why don't you just show us the way before I actually grow any liking toward you?
Yes. Meepo, show.
And
Meepo,
Oh,
the cage
Yes.
and the chains. Were those for your dragon?
Yes.
You keep your dragon in chains?
Well, she's bigger than us.
Well, why don't you let her walk around? It looks rather uncomfortable.
She may eats us when we sleeps or eats our foods. She's only hatchling.
Oh, so she like doesn't know any better.
Yes, we train. That's Meepo job.
That makes sense.
he's quite proud as he points at himself. In fact, looking at him and all the motions he's doing, when he kind of puffs out his chest, you actually, in fact, notice for the first time all the scars on Meepo's body. Compared to the two guards that were next to the priestess of the kobolds, oh yeah, he's incredibly scarred.
Well, that sounds like a really tough job. I'm sure everyone's really proud of you.
Meepo's tough. But
Yeah.
they're not happy with Meepo. That's why we get Calcrix back.
Yeah.
Why
We
put
gotta make-
yourself through the trouble?
Hmm?
Why are you a dragon tamer?
That's Meepo's job.
You know, you might not have as much trouble if you just let the dragon go. You know, it is the nature of
No.
to
Kobolds have
consume
dragon.
others.
Kobolds have dragon. We worship.
Uh-huh.
Calcrix
say
get
worship.
big, and we hoard for Calcrix.
I'm gonna put his arms out and just like, you say worship, but you need chains and you're afraid of being eaten. Isn't it your duty to just give the dragon what it wants? If
I'm
it
gonna
wants to
put
eat
my
you,
hand
for
on
example.
Ko's shoulder. Ko, think of it like a wild stallion. They put it in a bridle for a while until they can unleash it into their own.
I'm just saying, if the dragon wants to eat its worshippers, it should be allowed to eat its worshippers.
When she gets big, if she eats Meepo, Meepo proud.
Exactly.
All
But
right. We're not
why
getting
wait
caught
until
up
she
in
gets
this.
big?
Our job is to get the damn key, get this damn dragon,
Yes,
and
yes.
move on.
You're right.
Calcrix key. Calcrix key. Calcrix key.
And he starts like
I'm
jumping
gonna lean
down.
over to Ko and be like, "You might see that dragon eat a little kobold before you know it."
Phoebe's
See,
gonna
I guess.
Phoebe's gonna follow Meepo and do the same exact thing. She's gonna chant too.
Oh my god.
I tell you what, I need some tea for that voice.
Bless your heart.
Okay, so you follow Meepo, and he brings you back to the original room with the fire pit and the cage and all that. To the northeast of the room is a door, and he swings it open. Now, after he opens it, he turns around and he looks at all of you.
Shh. This path to goblins.
And then he continues.
Time
Yep.
to get stealthy.
I'm gonna I'm actually gonna clear my throat and be like, "Sorry to break it to you, little buddy, but I don't stealth."
You big strong. You take goblin smash.
Exactly. That's why I'm not gonna stealth. So I'm just gonna continue to move in the room. like I
Okay.
normally
Meepo, quiet. Big blue, loud.
Big blue. Blue eyes, white dragon.
Lead the way, Meepo. We'll be behind you, and we'll come storming in if you need us.
Meepo lead.
So he leads you down the tunnel, and it curves to the right and then the left, and leads to a dead end with only one door on the left, heading north. He grabs the latch on the wooden door, and slowly begins to push it open, kind of peeking an eye, his snout pressed up against the wood as he kind of peeks through a little bit, and then swings it open the rest of the way.
Rats clear way.
And he walks in the room, and following him, you see in this dusty old room, several traps have been sprung by the giant rats, very similar to the ones you had seen when you first arrived here. Impaled by spikes, smashed by rocks from the ceiling, you name it. All sorts of traps were laid in this room, and Meepo, in fact, helps himself to one of the fresher corpses, tearing off a leg or two and eating it.
Meepo, were these set by your people?
These,
He points at a spike trap jutting from the ground.
these, citadel trap.
And then he points at one of the stones that is flattened a few rats, and up at the ceiling to some ropes.
Goblin.
I guess it'll do us well to remember that then.
And then he walks up to the next door. Is there anything you would like to do here?
Looking around the room, is it just the traps and like the rats and stuff in this area?
Yeah, yep. Much of the same rubble and disrepair, but the most notable thing is the rats and the traps.
Kind of just browsing around.
Okay.
Can we look at the traps and see how they were set off? The rock one.
Yeah. So you give me a perception check. Let's get some rolls going.
Sure. First roll of the night. Let's see, +3. So that's a 12.
All right. So, sorry, I just saw Trop's Meepo, and it is adorable. So, with a 12, you're looking at this trap, and you see, in fact, it's relatively simple. It is a tripwire. So the rats are big enough, and they have enough weight that there was a cord of rope that had extended across a length of the floor. And when it was tripped, it broke free and just released on what was holding the stone. So just fell right down on them. It's not the most intelligent trap, but I mean, it does show intelligence enough to set something like this.
I'll just make a mental note of it.
Okay.
To watch out for certain tripwires like that.
All right. So he grabs the latch on the next door and begins to open it, revealing the next room. Within this dusty, dingy area, on the eastern wall to your right, there is what appears to be an old fountain. Long, out of use. It's covered in residue, and the basin is long dried out. On the backsplash, as it were, and along the rim, there are ornate carvings of dragons writhing in and out of one another. It's quite complex. And save for a few chipped pieces where some rubble has fallen down on it, it still retains much of the beauty from its original carving. Is there anything you'd like to do here?
I'm gonna kind of like start moving the torch around, kind of getting further and further away from the party, so that I can start seeing into like the deeper, darker corners.
You do reveal with the torch there is another door to your left on the western side of the room, and a tunnel that continues north.
Meepo. Are we going here or there?
We go here.
He points to the tunnel north.
And what's in there?
Bad things.
Such as?
Dead men that walk.
Well then. Perhaps it's best we avoid them.
We stay away.
Good, good. Did they ever leave that area?
No. Watch.
He then goes up to the door and grabs the latch.
This dude's got fucking balls.
I'm gonna walk up right behind Meepo.
And then he pushes the door open. And inside, you find a room lit by a bright candle on the opposite wall. There are 5 sarcophagi in here, each carved of stone, 3 to the north and 2 to the south. The candle sits on an altar on the far side of the room.
Stand there.
And who are they? They used to live here back when
Yes, yes.
Citadel still stood.
They first worshippers of Ashadalan.
How do you spell Arshartalon? That's the dragon, right?
Mm-hmm. Ashardalon, the ancient evil red dragon that sought to extend his natural life. Ashardalon.
But they big nasty now.
Gotcha. And why don't you just get rid of them?
Meepo no fight. You fight.
I don't fight.
Yeah, I didn't sign up to fight on dead things. Let's just continue.
Okay. And he just closes the door.
That was the lich trap right there.
Another lich.
Fool me once with those liches. I'm not dying again.
Yes. Meepo walks over to the dingy old fountain, and he leans over it for a second.
No splish splash.
Kane, give me a perception check.
Different character, new sheet. 13?
So, you see when Meepo... you see when Meepo touches the fountain, there is a slight orange ember that seems to trace a shape at the base of it.
But only when he touches it?
Well, you noticed it when you looked over there to see him touching it.
Okay.
He's currently leaned on it.
I'm just gonna scratch at my scars on my neck and mosey over and see if I can, like, look into it without being, like, super close to it. Like, just kind of like...
Yeah, so you walk up and you kind of rubberneck over Meepo, who seems to be growing bored of the fountain now and is ready to continue heading north. You don't see anything in the remains of the fountain, and as you kind of lean back and he gets up, you see the emberish hue again. Looking down... Yes?
What was he doing in the fountain? He just went up to this fountain and, like, started putting his hands in it?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
moving his hand in it, but there was no water.
Okay.
If you are to look down at what that embery hue is, you see an inscription in Draconic.
Okay.
And it says, "Let there be fire."
As he's walking away, I want to step on his... He has a tail, right?
Meepo?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I want to step on his tail.
Yay!
Listen, you promised not to touch my tail, so don't do it. Now listen. What was that about? What is this? What are you doing over here?
He kind of grabs his tail.
Ow!
So go on. What are you doing?
Meepo thirsty.
There's no water in there.
Meepo knows.
So what the hell were you doing?
Meepo just want water.
I'm gonna narrow my eyes at him. Listen here. We're helping you, right? So help me understand these little things that you're doing so that I don't accidentally step on more of you.
Meepo's seen water once. But no more.
I'm gonna look back to the fountain. Does it just seem like it just dried up? Is it damaged? Is it...
It's not damaged. It just seems like it dried up.
Describe when you saw the water.
Red! Deep! Give
The
us
water was red.
the power of dragons! Good water!
I've never come across good water that was red. That sounds like blood.
No, no! No! No blood! Tastes different. Hot! Like pepper.
I'm gonna
Hot sauce
kind of
and
tell
water.
everybody, listen, whatever he's doing over here, I'm just gonna kind of scoff at it. But the inscription in there says, "Let there be fire." It's in Draconic, so in case you didn't know.
And when you say that, Kane, you start to hear what sounds like water trickling. And you all turn your heads and you see liquid coming out of the mouths of the dozens of dragons carved into the backsplash before it starts flowing out, this crimson hue liquid, into the basin of the fountain.
Yes, yes, yes! Strong water!
Look at that! I did something for once that wasn't in the bottom of a pit. I figured something out. I'm just gonna kind of be like, wow, look at me. I'm amazing.
Meepo
Hey,
then
So
You
proud
make
of
magic?
you.
scoops his hands into the fountain. And then he burps, and out comes fire.
This
Oh!
clearly isn't water, right?
I'm going to do the same thing as Meepo.
Okay. So you ingest the good water, and you now have fire breath for the next 2 hours.
Sick. I was resistant to poison anyways, that's why I did it.
Is it water? Like it is water? It's just red water?
It has
like a
the
lava?
same consistency as water.
It's just salsa.
I'm gonna look at Temin and be like, all right, I know that you're not like really flesh and blood, but like, how'd that feel? What does it taste like?
What does it taste like? Does it taste like iron or anything?
So it, I don't know the D&D equivalent to describe this, but it tastes like big red gum.
Cinnamon!
It's cinnamon!
Spicy
That's cinnamon!
cinnamon.
Spicy cinnamon.
Oh my god.
Kane, I have never tasted anything like this. I feel a tingle on my warforged tongue. It brings a warmth to my insides, in my chest, and from it I breathe fire. I know not how.
I'm just gonna gag. Oh, breath weapons, they're the worst. I really try not to use mine if I don't have to. Good luck with that, Temin. Have fun.
Well, I should probably avoid this.
Oh, go, you don't want to give it a try? Come on. You were so much more daring in our last mission. Do you remember? You remember what you did? Oh, you try
Tell me
not
about
to? It's fine, I won't tell. I'm gonna wink at him.
Can I take my water skin and fill it up with the water from the fountain?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna cast a glance over at Kane, just like.
So you now technically have 2 potions of fire breathing that fill in your tankard or
Okay.
your flask.
All right, so who else wants to take a sip? Because if not, we're going, right? We still got a thing to do. See, we've got Meepo here and Zin. Well, you've been so quiet. You don't want to sip? You want to sip, Zin? Because I swear to God, if you fucking use that dragon breath on me, I will fucking Go ahead, Zin, if you'd like. Go ahead. Take a sip.
You actually see Zin is on the far opposite end of the room as the rest of you, and his eyes are just staring at the fountain. And he stares at Meepo incredulously, and then back at the water.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at him.
What's his deal?
His deal is that he's disgusted by little kobolds. We get it, Zin. Get over here.
Yes, sorry, I was miles away. Hopefully we can get to the grove quickly.
If you would like me to test the fire on you, to see if it's real, I can try, certainly.
Temin, we haven't been paid yet, and please don't scorch the guy. I've come so far to have him burn as a crisp. Hey, Zin, shush. So please, Temin, I love the passion behind that, though. Keep it in your back pocket, man. But, no, not right now.
Though it would be interesting to see.
No, it wouldn't.
Perhaps with a tree.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're gonna burn the tree down? I guess that solves the issue of... Wait, no, I need the tree.
Well, perhaps we can get to that when we get there.
Wait. Remind me, Zin. If we save the tree, I get to meet your goddess.
Yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, that's just saving it from Bellic. But what if Temin here burns it down? We still saved it from Bellic. Do I still get to meet your goddess?
Yes, you will have
All right, burn the
technically
tree,
saved
Temin.
it from Bellic, but
You can burn the tree.
the tree also has great good as well, and we would like to safeguard that, not destroy it.
I still get to meet your goddess.
Don't
Yes.
burn the tree.
Whoa. Zin, are you going back on a deal?
I have made no
Are you
deal.
changing the terms of our
The
negotiation?
terms were to safely ensure my protection as I cast a ritual upon the Gothius tree.
So you could save the world from Bellic.
Yes.
Okay, and
Not to burn
Bellic's
down the
goal
tree.
is to get the tree, and if we take the tree from Bellic, then you save the world from Bellic.
Well, yes, but then you'd be taking the tree from us.
But the goal was to deal with Bellic.
He is not wrong.
Your goal is to protect me to cast the ritual.
Well, yeah, we can protect you, burn the tree, and keep Bellic from getting to the tree all at the same time.
Okay.
We're not burning down the tree. He's casting his ritual. That's what we're here for. We're not here for loopholes. We're here for what we're here for. That's
No. It wasn't a loophole.
No,
My part.
I don't want to hear it.
Temin
I
wants to
don't
burn the
wanna
tree.
hear it, Cole.
It will save it from Bellic.
And she's just gonna walk.
He's gonna like to just give up on the argument and just let her walk away. So yes, he's gonna like turn to Temin. So yeah, you can kind of burn the tree. Is what
If we need to.
Please.
He's gonna
don't.
grab Meepo and is gonna be like, "Can you show us where we're going? I think if we leave, they're gonna follow."
Yes.
Yeah.
Galcrick's key.
Okay. Can you hold my hand?
Hold hand. He
Yeah. So
grabs your hand like this.
yeah, no. Well, kind of. And she's gonna like rearrange his hands so they're like holding hands, and then they're gonna walk side by side, like
Okay.
this.
All right. It's a strange texture. It's kind of cold and scaly.
See, you got it. All right. Now where are we going?
So, you all see Phoebe hand in hand with Meepo heading north through the tunnel.
I'm gonna
She
yell
starts-
over my shoulder. Work out the fine print later, boys. Get a sip of the drinks if you want it, and I'm just gonna be on my way after him.
Yeah, once they start walking, I'm going to kind of send the telepathic message to Temin and to Kane. It's like, we can totally burn this tree. if it comes down to it, it is the fastest way to make sure that Bellic doesn't get it and, efficient.
I put my thumb up while walking.
Because I can't do mind stuff, I'm just gonna yell over my shoulder. The tree's a joke.
So who's in the back of the group?
I think Ko is still in the back.
All right.
He's just letting people walk.
Ko, give me a perception check.
Well, that was low as hell. 6.
Okay. So, you all continue north, following Meepo. And he begins to turn to his left to a door. Though the tunnel does continue north ahead of you. Phoebe, give me a perception check, as you're the first up there.
Got it, boss. My screen blacked out, but that's a 12.
Okay. So, you hear north in the tunnel, you hear this...
Meepo, what, do you hear that?
Hmm?
It sounds like a squeaking.
Goblins keep rats. They eat them.
Oh. Well, that's not very nice.
Oh, we eat them too. When Goblin's not looking.
What?
He smiles.
Meepo, have you ever tried, vegetables?
Vegetables?
Yeah, they, grow out of the ground. Or you can have fruit. They, come from trees and different, bushes in the forest.
Meepo eat meat.
Have you ever had fish?
Ooh, I love fish. Yeah.
Yeah, fish is good. Yeah. I
Not
don't
many
think-
fish here, though.
No, but I don't think rats are good for you either, and I don't think they appreciate being eaten.
Rats tasty.
The rest of you
Well-
have caught up to hear this conversation.
I'm gonna pull my greatsword off my back and just ready a stance.
Ugh, fucking rats.
Emin, what are you doing?
Only if they attack.
No.
Oh, and they will. Phoebe, come on, they're rats.
Well, that's why you're gonna stay away from them, and Temin's gonna put his sword away.
They in cage.
Yeah, they're in a cage. As much as I don't like that they're in a cage, we're gonna move in the direction that we're supposed to move in, which is not towards the rats, right, Meepo?
Right.
Okay.
All right, then let's hurry this up because I don't even want to hear those guys.
I'm gonna lean towards Meepo and kind of whisper. I'm like, Kane's afraid of rats. It's okay.
Big Blue don't like rats.
No, he doesn't.
We should put rat in his bag.
That would be so funny, Meepo. We have to do that when we find your dragon.
Yes.
All right. So he opens the door, and you're in an intermediary room. It seems anything that was in here was taken out and brought elsewhere. Lots more dust and rubble. And Meepo, there's only one other door. It's to the north. And he turns to the rest of you.
Meepo never go this far before.
But you're sure your dragon's this way? Okay. Would you prefer if one of us went first?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so thinking about watching Ko in the past, she's gonna look to Kane. She's gonna be like, "All right, Kane, you're up."
You know what? He didn't fall in any traps or anything as of late, so
Not this
I'll dust off
episode.
my arm. So why not? Well, no, he's actually saying that about the kobold because I was noting he was opening all those doors and there was not one fucking trap. So Kane's like, "All right, fine, I'll go. No, I'm not checking for traps. Let's do this."
Thanks, Kane.
I'll walk beside you, just in case.
So you're just gonna walk right up and open the door?
Yes. Yes.
Kane's so brazen. And you
Kane
just
is such a
explained why
brazen
you
dick.
shouldn't do that.
But he's so confident now because the kobold didn't run into any, so now he's like, I'm gonna be fine. Like, that's his... This is Kane. Kane's doing it.
Okay. So here's what happens.
Okay.
Kane,
Yeah.
you grab the door latch and you swing it open.
Yeah.
And all of you hear the distinct sound of a bell. And then you hear as rope is pulled up to the ceiling and towards the other side of the room. From the ceiling drops a heavy cloth that swings to one side. And the sound of hundreds of small, sharp caltrops fall on the stone ground.
Okay. So... you tell me.
I guess that was trapped, huh?
After a moment, you then hear something scuffling on the other side of the room. You look and you see that there is about a 3-foot-high wall, and then more room that extends beyond it. In the faint dimness, there is a light source over there, probably a torch around the corner. And there is a shadow cast on the wall. It kind of lumbers, walking like this, side to side. And then the figure of a goblin turns the corner.
Ugh! Intruders!
And he draws an arrow.
Did I see him draw an arrow?
If you're standing behind Kane in the doorway, yeah.
Temin's right next to me, and I'm gonna look over at Temin and be like, well, there gets to be some bloodshed, right? Because he looks like he's about to attack us.
How far is he from us?
25 feet.
Are there any other bodies around?
Nope, you're just in a long room filled with caltrops.
Okay.
Okay, roll initiative.
Eric took too long. Hey, Phoebe with that 21.
That's a 21!
Hey!
Phoebe is ready to jump into action and fight on the alongside with the goblins, because I got a fucking 9.
I got a 6, so don't worry.
Where did my pen go? Oh yeah, Amanda grabbed all my pens and put them over
Amanda
here.
is currently chewing on all of your pens.
I own all the pens in the house because I actually use them, so they're mine. Not even gonna pretend, all right? Not even gonna pretend here.
Wow.
You're gonna pretend. As you don't have to because you're a queen.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who got higher than 10?
Kelp.
Are we for serious?
Yes.
The pacifist
It goes
is
9,
like,
8,
I'm gonna
and
act.
6.
I swear to God, if I have to waste my move moving you, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be so upset.
Who got higher than 5?
It's what I. Oh my gosh, no.
I got a 6.
Co?
I got a
Yeah.
9.
I got an 8.
This is what happens when you choose violence, mortals. This is what I wanted to do, but I wasn't sure if anyone was gonna do something first. So I'm just gonna go with what I was going to do before initiative.
Temin, you said you got a what?
A 6.
Okay, so Co and then Temin. All right. I think I have battle music in here. Hold on.
Cue the France music. Please be the Paris.
That doesn't make sense. No. No, I don't. Weird, I swear. No, it's just missing. That's fun.
Goblins took it.
The goblins took it. The
They
goblins
took it,
took
you know? They were like, they're gonna roll initiative? Nah, they didn't gotta have his music though.
Caltrix, yeah. First they took the dragon, then they took the music.
And the music, you know? Like, shit. They're on their A game. I can't, that door.
Nope. That's something else. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Phoebe, you're first.
Where is Meepo?
Meepo is in the middle of the room. He
Is he,
watched the whole thing and he's like,
Is he like in the line of fire?
no.
Oh, okay.
That would be
So-
Kane and Temin.
Cool. So I'm literally gonna walk up to Meepo and I'm gonna be like, all right, so this is where they do their thing. We're gonna stand over here, and I'm gonna grab his hand and we're gonna walk out of the way of the door.
They take Goblin and smash!
Unfortunately, yes, that's what they're going to do. Huh. And you're gonna hang out with me.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Love it. Oh my goodness. Welcome to everybody from Amanda's side of the world.
Oh my god, hello everyone from the other side of the world. What's up, bitches?
Hey yo, G, what?
Yeah, beautiful.
What happened here? Dante. Why is your camera askew? Okay, fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it.
I was like, why are you on Dante? Why do that?
I literally have been minding my own business.
Yeah, he's been so good.
Okay. All right. All right. Kane, it's your turn.
All right, so those little things that are in the room, honestly, I don't know what they're doing. Are they like difficult terrain or something?
You don't
They're
want to step on them.
spikes.
They're spikes.
So
Yeah.
they're just little spikes. Am I
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
able to get around them if I move into the room?
So when you enter an area with caltrops, you'll have to make a dexterity saving throw. If you fail, you stop your turn. Either way, you take 1 piercing damage.
These bitches. All right. What if? Now hear me out. They dropped in the room, right? But I like step in and then like against the walls try to go around where they're probably all laid. Is that something that I can do?
There's about 200 of them in this room.
All right, guys. Here I go.
I mean, I couldn't have set this up to be avoided any more than I did, so
I understand.
you're gonna take
I'm
this.
I'm just feeling it out. I'm just doing this for me and Kane, so I hope you respect
Mhm,
that. But we're going in because that's where we have to go. Okay, so these goblins are in the corner over there, and my fucking teammates who are in there before me are in the corner over there, right?
Nobody's in there before you.
Phoebe's in there with the kobold. Don't lie
Not
to me,
in
Dom.
the room.
Other
Oh, you
room.
guys didn't go in the room? Oh,
No.
okay, good. I
They're
thought they
behind
did.
it.
I was like,
They're just standing off to the side.
They're-
letting
oh.
them
Okay.
do-
So if we look at the map, right? You see
Yes.
the room with all the black dots.
I see it. Okay. And
Okay.
we're all in
the
that
room to
square
the
before.
south is
Okay.
where you all are, and then to the north of that long room is where the goblins are. There's 2 of them, and they got bows.
And there's a half wall in the back.
and there's a 3-foot-high wall separating this room from that room, or
How many
that
goblins
room
are in
from
there?
that room. 2.
Two.
Oh, then fuck that. I'm just going in.
Okay, give me a dexterity save.
Like save, good. 12.
All right, you take a step. Ah, shit! And you stop your movement, and you take a point of
Oh!
damage.
How many damage?
1.
Okay. All right, I'm there in the doorway. One
So
step.
you have 15
way
feet to
downtown.
go.
Yep.
All right. So, speaking of goblins, is there anything else you would like to do?
No. Not
All
yet.
right. So, one of the goblins draws his bow
I'll get them.
and misses. The second one,
Too much elf pudding for you.
and he draws an arrow, and he also misses. And the first one then punches the second one, angrily. Well, it seems that they're quite confident, and they're not taking you seriously whatsoever. Ko, it is your turn.
All right. Now that Kane has stepped into the room, am I able to see past and see the goblins?
Yeah, so you've got Kane, then Temin in the doorway, and you're right behind Temin.
All right. And from where I'm at, it's about, what, 30, 40 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to... I think... All right, I'm going to shout a command at one of the goblins.
Okay.
And I'm going to just say, come.
Okay. Oh, that was a nat 1.
Fuck.
One of the goblins suddenly just, like, drops his arms and then climbs over the wall. And the second goblin's like, What are you doing? And he begins to step on the caltrops and takes a point of damage. So you tell him to approach. Okay, well, let's see if he makes a dexterity save. He does make the save. So this is pretty smart. So now he is stopped by Kane's body in the room, but he does take a point of damage from the caltrops, and he kind of shakes his head. And he reaches for his foot for a second before looking up at Kane. Anything else, Ko?
I think that's gonna be it for me right now.
All right, Temin.
I know I have my greatsword out. Can I pull out my javelin and toss it at the one that's right in front of Kane?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna use the javelin that has a rope on it.
Okay.
Does a 22 hit?
Yeah, that hits.
All right. And it's gonna be 4 points of damage, piercing. And can I use it to almost tug the rope and pull him closer to me, or is he still?
That
too
would
far
be
away?
another action.
Okay. Can I, as a bonus action, breathe fire and hit the goblin, or would I hit Kane?
Fire at a target 30 feet from you. Must make a save. It does not say. It doesn't say it has a shape, so I guess you can bonus action
fire.
Breathe fire. It doesn't specify. It just says a target.
All right, well,
it would say like a 30-foot cone if it was an area of effect, but this says the target.
Okay. Well, it's stabbed with my javelin, and I'm holding the rope and I'm pulling. I'm just gonna go lean in and start breathing fire right at it.
That's pretty dope. Okay. Let's see. He failed his dexterity save, so give me that damage. 4d6.
4d6. 11 points of fire damage.
Nice. So the fire hits him, and he just and falls onto the caltrops. Just a stinking, burning corpse now.
I have ideas for it.
The second goblin kind of and then starts to take a step back as if he's going to retreat. Phoebe, we are back to you.
I'm just gonna shout, how's it going in there? That's it.
The whole party's like, yeah, Phoebe.
I'll give her the play-by-play.
You did great. Everybody else is like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, Phoebe. You surprise me every time.
Thanks, Big Blue. All right. Kane, the goblin that was in front of you is now burning beside you.
Oh, good, because my eyes are locked on the other one, and I'm pissed off, and I already know what I want to do.
Okay.
So, Kane is fine with this little dead one next to him. That one that is across from me is, what did you say, 15 feet away from me?
Yeah.
Perfect. So, I just looked into a long jump for Kane, and he can actually jump at 16 feet. So, I'm going to jump. I'm going to brace myself and crouch and fucking clear this. And as I land, though, which this might have to make me do a DC throw, but I'm going to try and squish the goblin when I jump over there. So I don't know if that counts as difficult terrain or if I'm jumping off those
You're going to make me you're going to make me some form of precision roll.
Because it says when you land in difficult terrain, you must succeed on a DC of 10. 10 dexterity.
I see.
Acrobatics to land on your feet.
Okay.
Otherwise you'll land prone.
Yeah, do it.
So you're gonna you want just
You're
throw
gonna
it?
try and inhabit the space he's in. Let me see.
Yes, I am. Actually, I'm
You're
gonna
trying
use
to
my
make
lucky.
him the space that you're inhabiting.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Just imagine Kane just.
Do you imagine being that goblin seeing a giant dragonborn?
He probably shit himself.
And with a 15.
A what?
15.
What did you need to beat?
It said I had to beat
A 10?
A 10. DC 10 dexterity.
All right. So, Temin, after you finish Kentucky frying that goblin there, Kane just launches himself forward and brings his knees up so that his feet, his clawed feet, are towards the goblin, who then goes, "Ah!" And that's all the noise he can let out before he just squishes him down into the stone.
Well done, Kane.
No more goblin.
Well, good thing there was only 2 of them.
Don't jinx it.
I'm gonna kind of start like picking that big ass thing out of my foot. It's probably more around the corner. So if you guys want to get in here.
So we are out of turn order. You can do whatever you would like. The room is still filled with caltrops.
Which is why I have the goblin.
I'm just waiting for it. If anyone
Are you
answers.
about to use the javelin to
Yes.
swiffer up?
Yes, I'm using his body. I'm gonna pull him with the rope towards me, while having the javelin through him, and use him just to mop up the caltrops with
I
his
love
face.
that. I love that. In fact, you know what? Get a point of inspiration for that ingenuity. I fucking love it. Mark it off, boyo.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Here I was waiting to just guidance everyone.
No guidance needed. We can guide ourselves. We're perfectly bad on our own.
Blood. Blood.
Oh, that's right. There's gonna be blood smears everywhere on the floor now.
Yep.
Blood and
Yeah.
char. This
Yep.
is your fault, Phoebe. This is all your fault.
I didn't open the door.
No, you had the meat shield do it. This is what happened.
I had the. No, I'm not going there. I'm not. You did great. You did great, sweetie.
So did you, Phoebe.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so you make it past the trapped room over to the other side where these 2 goblins were hanging out. And you find a little fire pit. This is where the light was coming from. And there's just random bits of refuse. You find several rodent bones. There is currently half of a giant rat on a spit over the fire. There's like torn hides and the such just in this little corner. Seems that this is a guard post for them. They didn't guard it too well, though. There is another door to the south.
Phoebe's just kind of hanging back, waiting for an answer to her question.
Oh, which was?
It was how's it going in there? Because she's not moving until she knows it's good.
Almost
No.
done. Just as I squish.
Yeah,
There's more blood on the floor.
they're doing the thing right now, and they're just about done. Just give us a moment.
Oh, okay.
While Temin's doing that, I'm gonna dip my finger in the blood and write Temin's cleaning service was here on the wall.
Wow, that's quite extensive.
Yes, he's taking some time, so I've got time. I'm not cleaning.
Sure, okay. All right, no problem. Meepo is peeking his head in. Wow.
Is it bad?
I likes. It's what do with goblins.
Okay, it's bad.
Filthy goblins.
He then walks up to the Swiffer goblin and kicks it, and then ow! He kicks one of the caltrops, and he kind of holds his foot.
Ah!
Careful. Those are pointy.
So I think it's safe to say it's safe now, as long as you don't step on
Yeah.
the goblin. Yes, Meepo takes a point of piercing damage as he does this.
I was waiting for it. All right, cool. So Phoebe's just gonna not look. She's gonna look up, and she's just gonna walk forward. She's just gonna kind of try to avoid looking at anything around her.
Okay, all right. You get to the wall, and you got to climb over it. And when you get to the other side, you see a nice goblin pancake. It seems when Cain landed on him, he ruptured its abdomen, and its guts spilled out onto the ground. So as you're rolling over, you're face to face with that.
I don't want to know. And just keep walking.
Okay.
Just keep going. No. Mm-mm.
So there is the door to your south now, by the guard station.
Is this the door we're supposed to go through, Meepo?
More goblins. Squish,
Okay.
squish.
Okay, so Kane, I imagine you're not feeling too confident right now.
What the heck do you mean, not confident?
Well, you fell in the hole, and then the first door you opened,
Listen, clearly that thing, I'm gonna point at the kobold, is not heavy enough to be setting off these traps. This is not my fault.
Meepo?
Meepo, stay out of this. And my foot is fine. Don't you dare think that I am not gonna be able to open this next door. You know what? Move out of the way. I'm gonna just push past her.
Hold on, Cain. I'm gonna pick up the goblin on the javelin, with the caltrops on it and the blood, and just walk up next to Cain.
Devin, what is that?
That is
The cleaning rag.
one of the goblins.
That is
Yeah,
the most
cleaning
beautiful improvised weapon I've ever seen in my life.
There
That's
was
what that
only
is.
one correct answer here, and it came from Ko. No, that is unacceptable.
Oh. Well,
Oh, I didn't mean that it was unacceptable. He did quite a good job with that. Actually.
No, you just. Never mind. I'll open the door if it means.
Wait. No. Let Cain do Cain's job. This is why he's here.
exactly. I'm here to open these doors and keep everyone safe and knowledgeable what's on the other side of the door. Listen, I know it seems like I'm getting hurt, but I'm barely getting hurt. And the other thing is, I'm technically disarming the traps. These traps are no longer intact once I go through. So I'm really helping you all out. I mean, unless, Zin, you want to open this door? You want to go?
No.
Yeah, so if he's not going to do it, I guess.
I just brought it up because I just wanted you to be comfortable, Kane.
Oh no. He's perfectly comfortable. This one time we went on this journey, I say, but like it was really just in our minds, and yeah, he made it through some walls. I would say.
What kind of journeys can you take through your mind?
Lots of them, actually. Plenty of them.
Ko speaks like a true leader. So here I go through the door. And I'm going to put my hand on the door and just go through the door.
All right. So, there we are. Can you open the door, the wooden door? It creaks softly, but not too loud. And you hear goblins from around the corner, as well as the familiar sound of the twang of a bowstring releasing. And after a moment, the soft impact of an arrow into a target. The floor in this room is littered with dull and broken arrows. And as you can see on the map, it kind of curves around a little bit. From where you are right now, in the doorway, you can't see much. But if you take a step into the room, you can see 3 vaguely humanoid hand-sewn targets on the south end of this room, and arrows occasionally firing into them from the north.
So it looks like target practice is in here.
Mm-hmm.
See, wasn't so bad. But there does look to be some,
Do you say that like you are now?
yes.
Huh? Hey, quiet. Did you hear that? Maybe hearing things. Say, I haven't heard anything from Zug in a while. Yeah, maybe we should check on them. Yeah, maybe they're holding out rats again, those bastards.
I'm gonna try and reach for the door and close the door.
Okay. Roll me a stealth.
Oh, fuck. So
Can
if there's a...
Can I guide him?
Guidance? You gonna cast guidance?
Yeah.
All right. So you get an extra D4?
Okay, so if there's a D next to my name, I roll it for stealth at disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
If there's a D next to my
next
stealth?
to stealth, yeah.
7 and 6. So I'll take the 6, and do I still plus the 4?
Plus a D4.
Oh, a D4. Where am I supposed to? Oh, come on. That's a 2. So 8?
Don't worry, Kane. I'm right here with you. I have a plan.
Okay.
We're not whispering.
You got an 8. What is their perception?
Oh, I read it. It's probably like a 4, dude. Like, I swear.
She read it this morning in her diary.
I did. I told her.
She messaged me this morning that Goblin's perception is a 4.
I saw it in a dream last night.
Wisdom. It's wisdom. Okay.
Passive perception 0.
They have a -1, so
Oh, good.
you successfully quietly closed the door.
And you were facing some OP zombies in your dreams last night.
What is wrong, Kane?
I'm just gonna keep squeaking the door fucking closed. There's some goblins in there. I'm not scared of them, of course, and we can just run in. However, it's pretty dark, and I don't know how many, but a couple. Like maybe 3 or 4.
Perhaps we can try Phoebe's method of diplomacy.
You squish them.
Meepo's like, yeah.
No, Meepo, that's not diplomacy. Diplomacy is when we use our words.
How squish with words? Magic? Magic
You-
squish?
You squish their hearts with words in a good way.
Yeah, you use command and power words.
Meepo no
No.
use magic.
What you're saying is that Ko and Phoebe would like to take this room to iron out the situation, and Temin and I will come in and squish if it doesn't work out. Just let us just use the code word squish, and we'll come in and work it out.
Oh, I was going to breathe fire and intimidate them and hold up their friend's corpse and tell them if they didn't want to end up like him, they should surrender.
That's actually a
Or,
good idea.
yeah, hi. Keen, if you hold the door closed because you're really strong and I'm pretty sure they can't open the door, I can try to talk to them through the door and see if they're gonna be okay with us coming in.
I mean, if you want to give it a go, I'm gonna stand up and hold the door really tight and be like, I can get him over here. Just tell me when.
Okay.
So I'm gonna. Are we ready? Are we ready, Phoebe? Are we doing this?
Hold on. I need to look at Meepo. Meepo? Go somewhere you won't get hit.
Oh, big squish. Big squish. Sorry, goblin voice,
goes
kobold voice is just. They're too close. They're too close. He backs up to the little guard station, and you see he's looking at the rat on the spit, and he takes a little bit of it.
All right. So all right. So I'm standing with the door on my side, holding the handle really tight, and I'm gonna bang on the door, and I'm gonna yell through the door, "Hey, ugly ass goblins! We got a bone to pick with you, so get your asses over here, or else."
Oh, that's not how I would have said that, but that was.
I knew I heard something. Intruders.
All right, coming. You'll work it out, right? You can iron that out. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna stand up straight and hold the door really tight.
I'm sure they'll be easy like the others. Come.
And then after a moment, you kind of hear their feet coming up, and then you feel a tug on the door.
What?
Give me a strength check.
It's at, like, where my strength thing is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to make sure it's a +3, so 13.
If they're stronger than Kane, we need to get Isaac Newton in this fucking call because there's no fucking way.
They have a -1 perception, but
They
plus
lift,
20 to
bro.
strength.
They have a negative to strength, and they did fail.
Okay.
You then hear,
Shh, shh, shh. They must be scared. They've locked the door.
and then you hear,
I'm gonna look at Phoebe with this face like, Phoebe, fucking say something before I do.
Nope, it's okay. Mr. Goblin's behind the door. Hi.
All right. What do you want before we eat you?
I'd really prefer if you didn't eat us. And please don't take this as a threat, but I have really scary people behind the door and I don't want them to hurt you.
They try and fool me. I'm the smartest one.
No, I really bet that you're smart. You're probably smarter than me. I mean, to be living in a place like this?
And you hear one of the other goblins.
He's not very smart.
Oh.
Hey.
So, we were just wondering if we could just pass on through. We didn't want to hurt you or bother you at all, but we were just hoping to come on by.
You hear a pause.
I smell man flesh.
Yeah, so I'm a halfling. And then my friend Keen is a dragonborn. He's really big and he's really strong. And then I have my friend Ko. And then I have my friend Temin, and he isn't man flesh, but he's really big and strong too. And then there's Meepo, and he's a kobold.
Kobold! You work with the kobolds. We hate the kobolds.
Yeah, but maybe if you guys talk to each other, you wouldn't be so angry at each other, you know? Like you and I are having a conversation.
So it's actually quiet on the other side of the door for a minute. You hear a little bit of shuffling, but you're not sure what's going on. And then all of a sudden, Kane, you hear a,
okay, now!
and then the door pulls on your hand, and it opens a little bit. You're a little surprised, and then you shut it immediately.
Pulls again!
Roll me another strength check.
What? 14?
Okay. There's another tug, but you're really bracing it this time, and it just barely moves a little bit.
You're doing great. Guys, please don't try to pull on the door. I'm really trying to protect you over here. We just...
Phoebe, if I let go, I bet they can squish themselves.
Well, I'm trying to avoid squishing all
Pull again!
It doesn't sound like they care.
If they pull the door, I will toss this corpse onto them and scorch them alive.
So they are about to tug. Are you bracing, Kane?
Oh my god, how pathetic does Phoebe look? Phoebe, they're gonna kill Meepo. And I'm gonna let go to the door.
Yeah, Phoebe's gonna walk away.
Okay, well
Right.
that was a really big tug. In fact, the door comes off the hinges. It's so good. And what
I'm
you
tossing the
see...
Right, yeah. As soon as the door comes, I'm tossing the corpse right off the
Okay.
javelin.
So here's what happens. Kane, you let go of the door, and it's almost like synchronous. You let go of it, and they tug the hardest their little goblin muscles can strain. And what happens is the door flies off the hinges towards them, and you see 3 goblins playing tug-of-war with a bit of rope tied to the door. The door flies towards them, and they all look, ah! As they see, not only were you telling the truth that there's a dragonborn there, but now the door's flying towards them, and some bloody, blackened mess of something it was just thrown in their direction as well. Yeah, so they get creamed by the door, and then the body lands on top of the door, and they, and they're trying to get out from underneath it right
I'm
now.
just gonna
so you
shout
do have a
this-
moment to react.
This is your last chance, guys. Don't try to fight back, please. And Phoebe's like panicking. She's
Go
like,
tell the others.
And you see one of them is trying to push one out from under the door.
As soon as they
"Oh."
do that, I'm breathing fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna step on the door the rest of the way. I'm just gonna like walk up on the door.
Okay, all right. So
If Kane's doing that, I'll just peek my head underneath while the door's squishing them and just scorch them underneath it.
I wouldn't even have you roll. That was the easiest kebab. These goblins are done.
Can I just say, before we came in here, we said we were gonna do a lot of squishing, and I had zero intention on actually squishing more goblins. So I'm very shocked that we actually squished more goblins.
They brought it upon themselves, you know?
They
I was going to just
technically
use
did it
fear.
So Meepo runs up, and one of their goblins' heads is like sticking out from the door, and yeah, he's burning, and his face is twisted in anguish as he's died. And Meepo comes up, produces a dagger from somewhere, and just starts fucking stabbing this goblin in the face and laughing at him.
I see your hatred of them runs quite deep.
Yes. They think they eats me. I eats them. Ah!
And then he tears off a bit of charred flesh and starts eating it.
Hates
I'm gonna
goblins.
just-
Hates them.
Phoebe, I actually starting to like some of your friends.
Phoebe's just gonna be silent and just lean up against the wall that's like on the same wall as the door, so she's not looking into the room, and she's just gonna.
They takes Calcrix. I takes their souls.
He's enjoying being around a couple powerhouses.
I don't know, Meepo. Looks like you're taking a couple of their eyeballs. You gotta dig a little deeper for the soul. Anyway, Zin, do you want a bite? There's plenty. There's 3. If you're interested. If you're hungry, just checking. Okay, I don't care.
Zin has his hands in his robes, and he's just... All right. Well, you managed to have avoided major detection thus far. So, in the rest of this room, you find another little makeshift fire pit to the north. There's another 3-foot-high wall that was separating the targets from where these 3 goblins were. There are 3 doors, one in this area with the targets, 2 on the other side, 1 to the left, and the other one continuing ahead north.
I'm not sure where we go next. Calcrix could be anywhere.
Well, we might have been able to ask them, but.
But now they dead.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't seem so willing to negotiate and help us.
So what would we like to do?
Don't you have any sort of way to call your dragon?
No.
You don't. Well, how about we just explore the rest of it and just hope for the best. Kane can break down some more doors or whatever the case is. And, you know,
This good plan.
no, it's not.
Oh.
I was being sarcastic. This is going to waste so much time. I need to meet the goddess. Zin, where's the tree? Maybe if we just go there, the dragon's there. Perfect. We can burn it down, kill Bellic, whatever the case is.
Well, we're not burning the tree, but it's in the Twilight Grove, and last I heard, the kobold leader had the key that got us into the grove.
That's right.
So unless we took the key by force, he looks at Meepo, or you get their dragon back, or we find our own way.
We're not taking the key by force.
I agree. We've already done this stupid stuff and come this far. Might as well see it through.
Agreed.
All right. So do we search one by one, or do we split into groups?
How about this? Whichever door is closest to us.
The one in
I
the
know
target
there's
area.
how many doors? Okay.
There's 3 doors. Do you have the map open?
I do now. I just looked at it. So then I will look at Phoebe and I will tell her, fine. How about this? If we find another goblin, I will restrain him. Do my best not to squeeze him too hard because their eyes might come out. Anyways, I will strain him, and then you can. What is it you do? Question? You're talking? Yeah, you can talk to him and see if he can give us an answer. And if he doesn't, then he's just goblin stew, I guess, on the floor for this guy. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna walk up to the closest door and start knocking on the door. I'm gonna knock on the door and see if I hear anything.
Nope. In fact, this door actually has metal bars in it, like a little window.
Mm-hmm.
And looking into it, it appears to have been an old prison cell. There are some corpses in here.
Okay.
Some of them very aged. A few of them not so much.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk away from that one. Unless someone wants to go in there, that's just an old holding cell. So I'm gonna start going to the other doors on the other side of the room.
Okay.
Well, we should see if anyone's in there.
Did anyone respond when I knocked?
Nope.
What if they're too weak to?
By all means, open the door.
All right, Phoebe's gonna walk up and she's gonna try to open up the door.
All right. It is locked.
Co, if you would.
All right. All right, let's try this again this time.
All right, Ko. So you get your tools and you go to pick the door, and there's something in the keyhole preventing you from using your tools.
I want to take my tools out, the delicate, nice tools, and I'll pull out a dagger and try to like shimmy that in there and see if I can push whatever is in the way.
So
to the other side.
You're hitting it with the dagger, and it's a bit of metal. In fact, upon further inspection, it's the broken end of a key.
Is the door made of wood?
This is a stone door.
Stone door.
It's another piece of metal. This is interesting.
I'm still proceeding to the other side, and I'm going to yell over my shoulder. For people who don't want to waste any time, you guys are hung up on a door. and I'm gonna start knocking on the other doors and seeing if I hear anything.
He really does have a point this time.
There is no response from the other two doors when you knock on them.
The slot window area, is that wide enough for a torch to fit through?
Yeah.
I am going to use my telekinesis to angle the torch and slide it through,
Okay.
so that I can get a better view of what's inside this room.
There's some dead people in here. Skeletons. And then a few corpses that appear to be a few weeks old. They are humanoid, though they seem to be maybe halfling, elf, and they have starved to death in this room.
What do you see?
You know, dead things.
Hmm.
I'm gonna look back into the room after replying to her. Are there any other sort of like windows or openings or anything, or is it just like flat, like wall all the way around?
Wall all the way around.
I am going to then begin to retrieve my torch.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to see what's in there. I think you'd be quite disgusted, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of like take her and guide her on towards the next door. Yeah,
So-
you don't want that one.
Meepo is following you, Kane, and when you knock on the doors, you see he kind of tenses up a little bit.
There could be goblins behind there.
That's the point. If we find a goblin, then your friend Phoebe can talk to it, right? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab him, hold him,
Yes,
And
yes,
then-
yes, yes.
and then I'm gonna whisper to him, and then we'll probably kill him because he's probably not gonna work with us, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So there are two doors remaining. One to your left, one to your front, west and north.
Did you try to open it? Is it locked?
I just tried to see if I heard anything on the other side, and there was no movement that I could hear. So, I mean, we could open them and see what's going on.
Can I, while we're doing this, can I pull out? Are there any arrowheads? Arrows just kicking around?
Yeah.
Can I just pick up a couple of them with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna take some.
Okay.
Keep it on hand.
Yeah, go ahead and mark like 10 arrowheads.
All right. It's going into the bag.
Meepo starts sniffing the air. And then he gets up to the door at the north and he puts his snout up against it.
I smell her. Calcrix. This way.
All right, I'll open the door.
All right. So you open the door to a hallway. It is long, and there is another door to the north and to the west at the end of the hall.
I smell goblins too. They must still have her. We have to get her back.
I'm gonna look at Meepo and be like, "Why do you think they wanted your dragon? Out of all the things that they're here for, why would they take her?"
Because they hates us.
So this is just a grudge war?
I don't know. Goblin's stupid.
Can't argue with that logic. I'm gonna just start moving into that hallway.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a rubbled hallway. Give me a perception check.
Ugh, 3.
Okay. Somebody else give me a perception check.
Come on, it, boss.
21.
Failed, boss.
Failed?
That's a 5, boss.
Oh, okay. Tevin, you got 23?
21.
Okay. So, you can smell smoke from the north door.
Does it smell like anything particular? Cooking,
Fire.
burning, fire?
I mean, it smells similar to the rats that have been cooking in the
Oh, like
fires
a
that you've
fire pit?
passed. Yeah.
There may be people behind this door.
People are goblins.
If you consider them some kind of people.
I'm gonna kind of like crack my knuckles. Well, I'm willing to show these ones mercy, but if they push back, I mean, there's not much more I can do because I don't want to be eaten by a goblin. How would that sound if that got? Oh my God, saying that gets up to towns. Oh my God, Phoebe, you can't let that happen. You can't let me be eaten by goblins.
I mean, if it's an act of self-defense, that's one thing, but to outright go and you know, that's another.
Like I said, I'll try and restrain one, and we can do something. But they're just they're not the friendliest, so who knows?
No, they haven't been very friendly. No, it's very disappointing.
I'm gonna
So-
kind of like
Oh God.
scoot down and like get down to Phoebe's level. And I'm gonna kind of just like. So, this brings us back to the conversation we had before. Not all creatures are the nicest.
Well, I've met goblins in a different place, and they were pretty nice. But
Well, I'm sure there are nice goblins, but so far, we've gotten nothing but murderers and cannibals. I don't know what's going on with them and the kobolds, but they eat each other, apparently. It's weird.
think about how they could get along. Like, they tend to eat the same things. It's just that they're angry at each other for no reason.
I mean, I think they could get along potentially if they weren't too busy eating each other and trying to murder each other and stealing each other's dragons and stuff.
We
So-
never get along with goblins.
Meepo's
Well, why
standing right
can't
next to you.
Meepo?
We hate goblins.
Well, is the reason that you hate them because they, well, stole this place from you?
Yes.
And refresh my memory. They were here first.
Yes.
I don't think we're gonna solve
Mm.
the whole territorial dispute between the goblins and the kobolds, but what you really need to understand is that they're just, some of them aren't nice. I know you've met some nice ones, but the ones that we're about to deal with, they might not be so pleasant like the ones that were back there. So I just want you to brace yourself for, well, whatever it is Kane and Timon are about to do.
Phoebe, you're small with a really big heart, and I appreciate that. But getting the kobolds and the goblins to get along in a day isn't going to happen. You could probably spend your life dedicated to something like that. But, and I'm going to kind of like crouch down a little lower. You're too good for that, and they don't deserve you, so don't waste your time. We're going to get in and get out of here. And then we can go get some of whatever you want to do outside this place after. Drinks? Do you drink? How old are you? And then I'm just going to kind of stand up and brush it off. Like, I don't even want the answer. Let's just...
Yeah, so we do have to, like, you know, do whatever it is with this tree, burn it down, save it, whatever. And
Not burning
in
it
order
down.
In order to get to that part, we must first deal with the dragon situation. And we don't have all the time in the world. So
So let's squish.
let's stay on mission. handle the situation with the dragon and the goblins, then proceed to deal with the tree.
I agree.
Yeah.
First, let's try to be diplomatic. I can go in and try to talk to them first.
Well, Tammin, if it's gonna put you in harm's way, I don't want to barter with other people. I
Okay,
only
fine.
barter with myself.
Don't worry, warforges are notoriously durable.
Yes. I have an ability to make them quiver in fear.
Oh, quiver in fear is better than death. So okay, only if you are okay doing that, Tammin.
Is the door wooden?
Yes. Both doors, well, all doors in this room are wooden.
Well, if we pick a door and there's goblins behind it, I mean, if we bust down the door, we could scare them and start scaring them earlier on, catching them off guard, and then the diplomatic, deep voice of Temin can set it all straight. And look, we might not have to kill them. We might not have to kill them. No promises.
Something to take into consideration. The last group of goblins did say to go tell the others, so if he hadn't.
Such a straight face.
I think, did he lay on the remote?
Look at the Ram boy. He's like, I'm doing my life back there. I'm watching what I want when I want. I don't care what mom's doing.
Mom, I gotta watch my soaps.
My program's on. My program's on.
The PS4 controller was connected to a headset, so the PS4 controller died. Volume came through the TV.
Classic.
Dear Lord, that scared the shit out of me. Okay. Bottom line, they're gonna go tell the others. Okay, we don't want to warn them. Cool.
Well, maybe these are the others they're talking about. So either way, they're gonna know that we're here if we want to talk to them. We can't exactly stealth around if we're gonna have a conversation with these guys, right?
I mean, you have a point.
We should probably be really straightforward with it. We've come.
Okay.
To take
I will kick down a door. If there are goblins, you guys handle it. And then tap me in.
Something like that.
Okay.
How are you guys just having this conversation like you're having right now?
Yep.
Right outside the door?
Yes, we were.
Yep.
Okay. So, right at that point, you hear and the door in question swings open, and there stands a goblin with a stick with some meat on it, and he.
Wait. I'm gonna use command.
Grab him.
Oh, there goes my entrance.
Use command on him. Command him to wait.
I'll grab him. If he's not moving, I'll fucking just reach for him and panic. It's panic mode. I'm scared
right.
now.
So he's like frozen, and then Kane grabs him, and then you see there's another goblin at the fire pit in the room, and he's poking at the fire, and he kind of looks up. Hey!
I'm gonna walk right in the room.
Oh.
Put him down!
Relax. Cole's gonna kind of like step in, and he's gonna kind of usher Phoebe into. Relax.
He grabs a sword.
This one.
Stay
hate
back.
This one.
No. Well,
I'm pulling out my greatsword.
wait.
And then, go ahead.
Come on. It's okay. We have Phoebe here. Would like to speak with you.
You
The
watch
both
it.
of you.
I'll eat you. I'll eat
No,
you all.
You wouldn't want
If you don't stop that, you're going to die.
You're not going to like what's gonna happen next.
Those aren't threats. Those are just words of wisdom, but they're very aggressive.
I'm gonna walk in behind the party with the goblin that I'm holding, being like, guys, you walked right by me.
Kane, what you're doing is good. I'm proud of you. What's your name?
What's your name?
I'm Phoebe.
I'm Phoebe.
You're Phoebe?
He is not Phoebe. Stop with the nonsense. What is your name?
You don't ask questions.
But
So you want to die?
my friend has your friend, and I don't want to hurt your friend, but my friend wants to hurt your friend. So talk to me. She's trying to be like intimidating. She's like,
You can't bully me.
We're not bullying you. We're just trying to have a conversation.
And then, almost out of nowhere, Meepo is
Oh,
right
God.
next to the goblin
Motherfucking Meepo.
and runs him through with a spear.
All right, I'm gonna use my channel divinity. Dreadful aspect, and seeing this, I'm gonna get kind of pissed off and slam my greatsword into the ground. As you see, like a blackish aura surrounding me. This is dreadful aspect. So every creature within of my choice, it was basically Meepo and all the goblins within 30 feet of me, must make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened. And I'm gonna pretty much shout out like, "Enough!"
Ooh. All right, everyone failed.
I kills him. I kills him. See?
Step away from him, Meepo.
I can't blame Meepo. We didn't really tell him the plan.
You're muted. And
No,
I love your little goblin.
As I'm still holding the goblin, watching this, and I imagine I'm facing the goblin to all this too. You know, this also is a long war, heritage war between them. So just again, you can't take it too personally, Phoebe. Sorry.
It's
This one's
okay.
not
We
dead,
still
though.
have this one though.
Yeah, he's not dead. He's scared though. He's fucking scared. Good
Oh.
job.
You can
Zen.
see it in his eyes, even though he's frozen. You can see the
Yeah.
fear, and you can smell the
Um,
fear too.
I'm gonna look at Meepo. Like, Meepo, it's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay. You didn't know, or you did. I don't know. And then I'm gonna turn to the other goblin and be like,
Is he dead? The goblin that got stabbed?
He's writhing on the floor right now, like.
I'm gonna walk over to him and pick him up, and while I pick him up and like by the neck, I'm gonna use lay on hands for 1 point. But I know he's like still scared of me, so I'm gonna look him in the eyes and just be like, "Either you follow us, or I crush your throat right now."
Temmin, don't do that. Kill him. Put him out of his misery. We have the healthy one right here. Stop wasting your heals on him.
Dad will eat you. He'll make stew of you.
Who will eat us?
Turn.
I'm gonna take this goblin and with his dangling limbs, I'm gonna put it right into the fire pit, so his feet catch on fire.
Ah!
And
Say that
he
one more time.
succumbs to his wounds and dies.
Phoebe is very overwhelmed. Oh God. Okay.
I'm just gonna try to like hold her still.
This is.
How many more
okay.
goblins are there?
I'm gonna step back out
Just-
in the hall with this goblin real quick. Me and this goblin
Oh,
are stepping
God.
out while the party is
That-
having a moment.
He was the
Poor
last
goblin.
one. The one that Kane is holding was. There were only 2 in the room.
Wait, there
Okay,
was only... Okay.
You've got the last goblin, the precious goblin. Don't
All right,
kill
I'm taking him out in the hall. I'm talking to this guy. I need to have a
All right, I'm
talk with
dropping
him.
my aura and just calming down.
Well, command wears off, and he's in your
Yeah.
arms, and he's like, ah! And he looks up at you, Kane.
Okay, listen. We killed a lot of your buddies on the way here, and we killed your buddies in there. Do you want to die now?
No.
Okay, thank you. Because if you said yes, it would have been very awkward for me and my friends. Now listen, my friend really wants to talk to one of you, so you're gonna talk to her, and you're not gonna give her any lip because I'll frickin' rip it off. Do you want that?
No.
So talk to my friend, okay? I can't promise that you will live, but your likelihood of surviving is much higher than what it would have been. All right, got it? If you say one thing to her, I will pluck your fingers off one by one. Not in front of her, but I will do it, okay?
Do I answer her questions or say nothing?
You're gonna answer her questions, and you're gonna help me out. And you're gonna be nice to her. Got it?
Okay.
As nice as goblins can be, am I right? So I'm just gonna bring him back in the room and be like, Phoebe, look, this one's still alive.
Oh, okay. And she's like kind of defeated. She's just gonna walk over.
I'm gonna hold on to the scruff of his neck and kind of bring him down, but like dangle him so he's not touching the ground.
I'm really sorry about your friend. This is not how this was supposed to go at all. We were just looking for a dragon, and you guys apparently might have taken her, and we were just wondering where she was.
The dragon's down the hall.
Would you rather be let go and run away from here, or would you rather, how do you want this to end?
I want to go.
Okay, if we let you go, would you go live a good life and be nice to everyone and not eat kobolds?
He turns and looks at Kane.
Yes.
Do you promise? Because my friends might be able to find you, and I wouldn't want them to find you if you broke your promise.
Yes.
Okay, so what's gonna happen is my friend is gonna hold on to you, and you're gonna show us the room that the dragon's in, and then he's gonna let you go, and you're gonna leave.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, by the way. I'm Phoebe.
Hi, Phoebe.
I'm gonna start pulling him back. All right, well, that was great. Good job, everybody. I appreciate it. I'm gonna hold him like now. I'm gonna just kind of muscle him under my arm like a little football.
I have rope, Kane.
Oh, it's fine. This thing, you see how small he is? He's fine. Don't waste the rope.
Thanks, Kane.
Actually, while we have him, ask him about the tree and Bellic and stuff. Yeah. Actually, wait. I got this.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of like stand up straight and walk over and kind of look down at him. So, even though Phoebe says we're here for a dragon, that's other business. What we really need are answers about the tree and Bellic and the apples.
Okay.
Speak up for everybody to hear. Yes, please.
I don't really know about the tree. Bellic is the one that gives us the apples, and he gives gifts to Dern.
Who is that? You mentioned that name before. Who are they?
Dern is our leader. He hobgoblin. He take the leader and kill him. Now he's leader.
I see.
He work with Bellic.
Mm-hmm. So, do you know the way to the tree?
No.
Shit. I guess we do need that key.
Or Dern might know, so that's incentive to keep him alive.
You're not wrong. Well, I guess we can figure it out when we get there.
I mean, now that we decided he's just gonna hang out here until we release him into the wilds, right?
Yeah.
I think we should just keep moving forward, and then he can help us. I mean, he's been pretty cooperative, which I am so surprised. I am so shocked at this. I have no idea how this thing is so cooperative. Also, when we do let him free, no offense, there, Meepo, but you're gonna be restrained too, so we don't have a mishap like we just did. Okay, let's keep going. I'm gonna start walking out of the room with the goblin.
Okay.
The dragon's in there.
And he points at the other door at the end of the hall.
Would you look at that? Look, we found the dragon's over here, everybody, right here. Look it, he helped us. See
Can I
that?
go now?
Wait, just wait 1 second.
We've got to confirm that the dragon is there.
Okay, wait, whoa. The dragon's in there. How many goblins are in there? Who's in guard in there?
Dern may be in there.
And if you were to run away and tell somebody that we were here, would it be Dern?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna grab him by the scruff of his neck, and I'm gonna be like, just lay low, don't go anywhere, stay in the room, or I can't promise you the kobold won't jump on you. So I'm gonna usher Meepo out of the side room that he was in.
Meepo's got a dagger and he's like at the goblin.
Meepo,
And I'm
don't
gonna
touch.
throw the goblin in the room where we found him and close the door.
Okay.
Look at that, Phoebe. Is that what you wanted? We did great. I think we did great.
I think that was the best outcome possible after those very unfortunate events.
How many of them? Was there 5, 6, 7 deaths for the one? That's actually a really nice ratio. I've seen worse. That's
I'm
really
learning-
good.
Should have squished them.
Meepo. No.
If I was like Big Blue, I'd squish.
Well, you're not me, and we gotta get your dragon, right? Because you're the best dragon handler around. So
That's
let's go get your
Meepo.
dragon. Let's go, Meepo. Go on.
He walks up to the door and he opens it.
Oh god.
He's gonna get shot in the face.
Coming up right behind him.
And you can hear him.
She's close.
So this room appears to be a makeshift trophy room. There are tables and chairs and cabinets and such, but they appear to have all been destroyed and tossed about the room. There are several things on the floor, like broken plates and cutlery and cups and all sorts of stuff. Along the walls, however, there are several trophies. Nothing really remarkable, and they're all of pretty shoddy make. They're all mounts of different creatures. You've got cattle and, just various uninspired things. There are also a few kobold heads mounted up on the walls. And Meepo doesn't like that.
Are these your kin?
Yes. We lose them to dragons, or to goblins.
I'm gonna start taking the heads off the whatever is mounted and bring it down and hand it to Meepo.
So as you approach the wall that has the kobold head mounted on it, you hear a heavy breathing, almost like a snoring, like a... And you look down, and behind one of the turned-over cabinets is a slumbering white wormling. And that's where we'll end tonight.
I love her.
Oh my goodness.
Man. Fucking Meepo.
Fucking Meepo.
Meepo.
He literally pulled a Sokka sneak attack.
You gotta get something in.
He went.
Hey, he's done more than Zin so far. I'm taking
True.
notes.
That's
Kate
true.
is taking
He opens
notes.
doors for us, man.
Yeah, we should bring Meepo on every adventure. I'll do it.
Meepo's fucking
Chrysler.
wild.
Persuasion.
This is a fucking roller coaster for Phoebe.
Phoebe's going through it.